not oblivious of the devastating effect of this Babylon-originated virus. But look, let's take a moment and look at the bright side. My name is Mandela. Welcome to Opinion TV, where we ignite a spirit of a new African revolution. I've realized that, look, Corona, otherwise known as COVID-19, this Babylon-originated virus actually has certain advantages that could help Africa reorganize itself to regain its political and economic independence and to position itself at the zenith where it rightly belongs. What is happening to your fat account in Europe? What is happening to your mansions in America? What is happening to all your wealth? What is happening now, especially to your health institution that you care less about and would not even risk your headache? What is happening to the educational system that is more like a Jama group, where the one with the list of the most interesting Jama songs becomes the hero of the day? What happens to all these things? What happens to your diplomatic passport? Is it US that is waiting for you to come just because your bank account is fat at their place? Or it is Europe that is expecting you and your sick people to come? I have good news for you. COVID-19 has reduced all of us. Now, there is no difference between the haves and the have-nots. Let's get deeper into this thing. Look, now Africa knows who the colonial master is, who has been pretending to be helping them, who comes to create a problem for them, go back, and then pretend to be fixing the continent like Lego. Africa now knows them as the rat, who will bite you and then blow air to soothe you, so you don't, realize the negative impact they're having on you. How can you borrow money to somebody, and instead of the person paying the money back in currencies, you want the person's resources? How can you borrow money to me, and then instead of me paying you the money, you want my television, you want my phone, you want what I can depend on to survive? That is the highest level of wickedness. And now Africa has seen it clearly. So now we can now take the rat out. When they come, we know how to deal with them. It's a time that the continent has also realized that we don't really lack human resources. We don't really need to depend on anybody. Why? Because Germany says that it's going to take years to develop a vaccine. America says that maybe by the close of the year, before they will be able to come out with a vaccine. The European Union has pledged over billions of dollars into the research of coming out with a vaccine. What about Africa? We don't deal with those timelines. We know, as we speak, that there are more than 5 potent test-proof vaccines already available in the market. So, human resource we don't lack. We can depend on our own and leave these Babylons to catch fire. And that is the truth. We have seen what they think about us, how they treat us, especially Africans in the diaspora now. A lot of African countries are now struggling to repatriate or come for their people to send them back to where they belong. So now we know who they really are and what they think about us. We are being targeted. If this is not empirical enough, that their formula is simply to use you, later on refuse you, and they will not end it there, and then they will abuse you. Then I don't know when we are going to wake up, but I have that strong belief. I'm very optimistic that COVID-19 has come as a wake-up call for the continent, and we are coming out stronger than before. Babylons will catch fire. They will come back on their knees. They will have to render an unqualified apology to the entire continent, from our freedom fighters down to the ones existing now. Africa will rise again. What do we then do going forward? Number one, let's work on our institutions. Let's strengthen them. Let's invest more in our economy. Stop saving money elsewhere. It is useless. Stop buying houses elsewhere. It is useless. Artificial intelligence is something we must be interested in. We also need to have what we call classified document. We are too exposed. We are too naked. That is what the world is striving on. Classified documents, artificial intelligence. We can do better. If in COVID-19 era, we are doing better than the rest of the world, tell me what it is that African cannot do. Let's stop undermining ourselves. Let's rise up from the pit and get to the apogee, the highest level of human status. They envy us. They hold that fear that they will soon be in the human minority. And so they are doing everything possible to, number one, make you feel useless. To, number two, make them superior over you. And there we are all the time, refusing to write our own story. The time for Africa to rise has come. And I know and believe that by the time this COVID-19 is over, there will be a new song. We shall sing a new song in the entire continent of Africa. Is it not beautiful to see African countries helping each other? We are brothers. We are of the same parent. Africa has a right to celebrate its own Mother's Day, because we have one mother giving birth to over 54 to 55 countries that can interdepend on itself and do tremendously well. Let's stop treating each other worse than what the colonial master did to our people. Let's love our people more than they hate us. We will stop at nothing to see this dream come true. One thing that keeps motivating some of us is that if a handsome man like Nelson Mandela will be summoned to court and be sentenced to 27 years in prison, to him, he knew earlier on that this could mean death, but he was ready anyway. The Ethiopian king, Emperor Haile Selassie, Jomo Kenyatta, Julius Kambarara Nyerere, Thomas Sankara, Kwame Nkrumah, all of these people, amongst others, they were ready to die. And indeed, they have died. Do you think death, there was some sweetness in dying, or they were just stupid? Come on, there's a reason we have to rise up. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone supporting Opinion TV, especially you watching. Thanks so much for passing through. Until I come your way again, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Share with your friends, of course. Don't forget to subscribe. It's very important. Stay united.